Hey, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Talented Thursdays. Come on in the room. I am so excited tonight. Y'all know I say that all the time, right? But I am excited. I have a fantastic guest for you all tonight, and I cannot wait for you all to hear his story and for me to be able to talk with him. So come on in the room. I say, come on in and grab a friend, tell me where you are watching from. So I want to say thank you, first of all, to those of you who are watching on Instagram and YouTube, and of course, here on Facebook. And for those who may be listening on Vegas Praise, that's right, your girl is on Vegas Praise now, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m., Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. So tell somebody. Get those likes going, y'all. Let's get everything kind of rolling because I'm ready to get tonight started, okay? Let's see what we got here. So let me tell you all about this gentleman that we have tonight. He is an entertainer. I can tell you that for sure. He is an entertainer, and I'm sure what he says tonight is going to bless you. So let me tell you a little about him. His name is Grady Harrell. He was born in LA into a musical family. As a matter of fact, his mother, whose name is Evelyn Harrell, was in the group Friends of Distinction. He started singing at a young age, and he started his first group at age 12, I believe it was, called the Young Gents. And he's such a gentleman. So the name of the group didn't even surprise me. Young Gents. Okay. So by high school, he created a group with one of his sisters called the Papa's Results. Again, that was with his sister. This gentleman has toured Europe, Holland, all around the US. He's been on television, all of these things. And I can't wait for you to hear his story. So stay tuned. Let me see who has come into the room. I see some comments here. Hello, Angel. Angel in Las Vegas. She is watching. So hello, shout out to you. Let's get started, you all. Let's go.
This is Warren Campbell, and you're watching Talented Television with Kimberly Eichelle.
That's right. Talented Television, Talented Thursdays. This is the spinoff, the live version. And tonight, without any further ado, I have Mr. Grady Harrell. Clap it up out there. Clap it up. Let's go. Hey, hey, Mr. Harrell.
Hi, Kimberly. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you this evening?
I'm good. A little tired. I've been rehearsing for like 4 hours earlier today here in LA, and so I'm glad you reminded me of the interview because I would have went to sleep. I totally forgot. I'm sorry, but you're very professional, and so now I'm at my son's house, and I'm gonna do the interview with you, which is an honor. Then head back to Vegas.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to
Thank you.
sit and talk with me. Yes, this is such a blessing. So thank you so much. So, what are you rehearsing for? Let's start there. What you got going in LA?
Well, my sons and I, we work for this event company, and we do a lot of corporate gigs. We just in this business, you have to be a chameleon, so you have to do anything that
Mhm.
you can to pay that rent. So we work with this company called West Coast Music, and I've been with
Mm.
them 24 years, and my sons Anthony and Grady have been with them like 13 years. Because when their group Brother broke up, they
Mhm.
called me like, "Dad, what should we do?" And so I told him, call Jim Eppolito at West Coast. He loves hiring beautiful singers. And so he loves my sons. So I'm rehearsing for a gig on June the 9th. It's a very special gig. So we had to get all the stuff together. Today, me and the other three singers, D. Levant Sullivan, Will, William Jordan Jr., and Cam. It's four of us. And so we do a
Okay.
lot of, yeah, we're called the New Classics at West Coast. So
Wow.
99.9% of the people who hire us or called Jim, they said, we want Motown. Can't believe how Motown is still alive at this time.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, so we do Temps, we do the Tops, we do the Jacksons, we do the Isaacs, whatever the client wants, we do. So today we're together rehearsing the Temptations and the Four Tops, and it's going to have a Supremes girl group and just other miscellaneous songs and stuff.
How beautiful is that?
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. So here's the thing, you have been performing for many years, but I think it's such a blessing. Like you said, you get to perform with your sons. We'll go
Hmm.
back to even your mom. You grew up in a musical household. So you have
Yes.
just continued the tradition with your children. So what does it feel
Hmm.
like to be able to share the stage with them?
Just magical. And they feel the same because family, if you look back at the history of family music, like the Five Stair Steps, DeBarge, the Andrews Sisters, the Mills Brothers, the Jacksons, and on and on and on, it's something
Yes,
about family groups that's magical to the audience. And that's
absolutely.
what I try to tell my kids. Some of them listen, some of them don't. The ones who listen are on
Mhm.
stage with me. The ones who don't are observing on the sidelines. And I'd love to bring them in anytime they want to come because it's nothing like singing with your family. Like my sister's in Holland, Raquel. She's been living in Holland because she toured with Diana Ross for like 12 years. So she met
Oh,
her Dutch
wow.
husband out there, unless she would be here too. When I get my own showroom in Vegas, my dream is to have my family there. Raquel, all my kids, Raquel's daughter, Canela, Grady and Anthony's got grown daughters who are so incredible, my granddaughters. So we
Wow.
got like a family of musical geniuses that's my dream.
That's a great dream. And you are
Yeah.
right. There's just something about the beauty of families performing together. My family sings as well. And when we are able to get together and sing, it's such a good time. So that's
Yeah.
just in the comfort of our own environment. Just imagine, being on
Hmm.
stage, sharing that love and that energy, with others. So I think
Yeah.
about people like the Jacksons, Donnie and Marie, even the Jets, and the
Yes. The
Barge. Like you
Jets.
said, all of
Yes.
those people, they are just
Yeah.
beautiful families and have been able to, perform and feel that love,
That's
so
right.
such a
Yeah.
beautiful thing, such a beautiful
Yeah,
thing.
it's so beautiful. We did a show last Thursday, a tribute to the Jacksons in Las Vegas at the Italian American Club.
Nice.
And that Saturday afterwards, my son Anthony he called me. He said, "Pops, I'm still on a high from that show because just being on stage with each other, the love just connects us so incredibly that it takes a while to come down. That's how I'm
Right.
still on a high about it. So I look at the videos and I get on another high. That was our first time doing it.
Yes.
So it was so beautiful, Kimberly. I'm sorry you didn't come next time
I
because
know.
you're in.
Next
I
time.
didn't know you were in Vegas. You should have. Did you know we were doing it?
I did not. I did not. I
Oh,
would have loved to have been there. I have seen
yeah,
video clips now, and you guys
yeah.
did amazing. You really did. You did
Thank
amazing.
you,
I have,
thank you.
let's see, I believe it's Angel Rare Tree. She said Grady's mom also sang with a popular group. Yes, we talked about
Hmm.
that at the top of the hour that she sang with Friends of Distinction. So,
Yeah,
music is just running through your veins for sure,
yeah.
running through your
And I,
veins.
I and I take care of my mother now. She's in Vegas. She's 84, and I've been
Oh,
taking care of
bless
her
you.
for 8 years. So sometimes it gets hard, like me leaving today. But my younger brother's
Yeah.
there, but I'm the one that cooks for her, get up in the morning, do everything for her, give her all these, because I believe there's 5 foods to live by every day: garlic, honey, cinnamon, olive oil, and dark chocolate. And so I give my
Well,
mother
say
all
it
that
one more
every
time so I can start incorporating that into my life.
garlic, garlic, cinnamon, honey, dark chocolate, and
Mhm.
olive oil. So
Okay.
with olive oil, I just pour it in a little tub, sprinkle
Mhm.
lemon juice on it, and swig it back like a good shot of that good whiskey. And then
Okay.
with with the honey and cinnamon, Kimberly, make a
Yes.
cup of. I make my mother and I tea every morning. Put organic
Okay.
honey and cinnamon in there, but I also add
Mm.
turmeric, ginger powder, and cayenne, and it's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, and with the garlic, I cut it up,
Uh-huh.
cut it up, and I swallow it like vitamins with warm lemon water. If you Google those five
Mm.
foods, the nourishment that it does for your body is endless. And I've been doing like 15 years, and
Wow.
my mother's been with me 8 years. So she's 84 and she's in good shape.
I love that. Look at you teaching
Yeah.
me on here. I need that, because
Yeah.
you look good. You look
Thank
good, and
you.
I want to
Thank
continue to
you.
be good and healthy too.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go back a little bit because I want to get some of your history, and
Okay.
definitely bring everything full circle. I want to hear your story, and I want the audience to hear your story. So we talked about you growing up in LA. And
Yeah.
of course, like we said, a musical family. But tell me what it was like growing up there. And of course, in LA, it's a booming city when it comes to entertainment. So, what was life like? And what made you at age 12 say, I'm getting ready to start me a group?
Well, you got to realize, and my friend Angel,
Mhm.
she made a dream come true for me. April 24th last month, and
Wow.
so I was 7 years old, and I heard you really got a hold on me. I fell in love with his voice. I hadn't even seen him. I just
Yeah.
fell in love with that voice, and I found out it was Smokey Robinson. So
Hmm.
I started getting all his catalog. By the age of 12, I had learned all of his songs, every single one of them.
Wow.
Then, to my surprise, these kids came on the scene, the Jackson Five. I was 12. And
Wow.
so then it just set so much fire up under me that I had been performing in the neighborhood for from 7 to 12. So I would go and sing in front of the record store and
Hmm.
on my block and get money. And that money, I would buy Smokey Robinson little 45s. You're too young to know about that. The
Wow.
45 records. And so I would learn new Smokey Robinson records, and I was in one room doing Smokey.
Hmm.
My sister, this is how Motown had an effect on families. My sister was in the other room. She was a year older than me, maybe 8 or 9, learning all
Hmm.
Diana Ross and Supremes, the Marvelettes, Mary Wells. And then I just started at 12. We were living on the street right off of Pico called Norton.
Hmm.
And I just recruited two little boys from the hood, 12 years old like me, taught them how to sing and step, and we would be
Wow.
harmonizing. And we got in. I went to Mount Vernon Junior High School,
Uh-huh.
and we got in the seventh grade talent show. And I sang "Ooh Baby Baby." I'll never forget the craziness that I heard in the audience, and I got scared and that's how I knew. And I never stopped singing since.
That's how you knew you had the juice when you started
Yes,
singing, "Ooh, baby,
yes,
baby."
and
Yes.
I never ever met Smokey Robinson. I would see him on pictures with even some of my sons, Jake and Papa.
Mm.
And
Uh-huh.
then my friend Angel, who's on the line now, she's like, I got a
Mhm.
surprise for you. And she took me to the concert. Kimberly, I can't tell you that it was such a beautiful night. Smokey Robinson,
Wow.
she had it fixed for us to go backstage, and I had a chance to briefly tell him how
Oh my
much he
goodness.
just inspired me. And it was the most beautiful thing. I'm still up from that. I mean, this is the
Yes.
man who I literally wanted to be him. I was a little boy, so I didn't know what it
Right.
was, what it was like not to be. I just wanted to be him. Now I'm a grown man. I just want to be me. But
Of
it was
course.
like
Yes.
it was everything to me, and he
He
still
was
is.
such an influence, on
Yes.
your life.
Yep.
So that was Angel, shout out to you because that's like a
Yeah, man.
great gift, right?
Yeah.
That's love because that's someone, like you said, that you adored forever
Yeah.
and really could be part of the reason why you are who you are today. And so
I'm
to
telling
be
you,
able to meet him and things like that, I'm sure that was an amazing, amazing time.
man,
Wow.
it was
So let's
beautiful.
talk a little bit about one of your albums, Come Play With Me. So I
Yeah.
was looking at YouTube, and you're all over YouTube. First of all, you're
Uh-huh.
everywhere, right? There's
Yeah.
so much of you performing, and I didn't know which video to choose, you know. I'm like, what do I talk about? Because you are, like I said at the top of the show, the entertainer, you know.
Yeah.
So come play with me. That album, you had a song called Sticks and Stones. And so I was watching you and I was listening to it, and I'm like, okay, this is a jam. But you were dancing, those legs were going, and the kids in the video.
Yep.
I
That
was
was
like,
my
this
two
man,
sons, Anthony and my sister's daughter, Kanela. The future
really?
brother. That was the two of my oldest kids were in that video, and
Right.
my sister's only child, Kanela, who's so incredible. Her name is Kanela. If you put her up on YouTube, she used to be
Hmm.
signed, and her first album was produced by Dark Child, which is
Jerkins.
Rodney Jerkins, and
Yep.
the single is on YouTube. Canela, Canela, but she chose to just back off from music and work at Amazon
Wow.
in a high position. So yeah,
Okay.
and she's beautiful,
Wow.
and my
That
niece.
is
So her,
beautiful.
yeah, yep,
Oh,
she's
wow.
incredible.
So you had your niece and your two sons in the
Yeah,
video
yep,
and yourself. Those legs was
mhm,
going. I'm like,
yeah,
this man got it all, you know, the
yeah.
voice, the looks. You all
Yeah,
are a beautiful family, and the dancing, you know, and the
yeah,
acting. What am I saying? Also, you're an actor. So
mhm,
that's just, you know, it blew me away. So with Sticks and Stones, I saw you did an interview. That
mhm,
video used to play on BET all the time. And you did an interview with Donnie Simpson. I thought that was
yeah,
so cool, you know.
yeah.
So tell me about your journey during that time.
It was it was something that I aspired to be, and it just I was always doing demos for everybody, just singing. So Stevie Wonder's bass player Nate Watts
Uh-huh.
and James Allen used to play the congas for him. Rest in peace, James. So I used to sing their demos up at Tina Marie's house out here in Pasadena, California. She had a beautiful home there, and we'd be there all to 2 in the morning, and she didn't care. She was in another wing of the house, and I'd be blowing. So my friend from high
Wow.
school, Andre Cleveland, Reverend James Cleveland's
Mhm.
son, he heard the demos.
Mhm.
And make a long story short, he took them to Eric Nuri over. Eric Nuri was in charge of the black department at RCA. Now he's married to
Right.
Saida Garrett, who wrote Man in the Mirror. So he's her manager.
Yes.
Yes. So her
Wow.
husband, Eric Nuri, Nuri, signed me. But Andre, who knows everybody, Andre Cleveland, he
Mhm.
was close to Stevie Wonder. So he got
Okay.
Stevie Wonder to promise to do two tunes on that Come Play With Me album. So that
Oh
was
my
more
goodness.
incentive with RCA to sign me. And they signed me. And then we did Come Play With Me. And we
Yeah.
had like James Allen and Nate Watts produced two. Stevie Wonder produced two, that duet with me and Tyler Collins. And If
Mhm.
Ever, all these things are on YouTube. If Ever was such a beautiful tune. And
Wow.
there's a pianist that I love, Bobby Lyle.
Mhm.
Bobby Lyle has two sons. One of them is deceased now, Thomas Lyle and Robin Lyle. They were in a group that
Okay.
was signed called Domino Theory. And so they had a
Mm.
tune out called Radio Driver. Radio Driver, you're moving too fast. Anyway, but they produced Fun, which was
Uh-huh.
the second single, and another one. I forget that name of that song, but we had it going on at the time. But then there were changes on RCA. Then they didn't, live up to promises that they made. They really
Okay.
didn't want Sticks and Stones to be the lead single, and
Really?
they wanted Fun to be the lead single. So Bob
Mhm.
Buziak, he was a president of RCA at the time. He promised.
Mhm.
He said, "Well, I'm going to listen to you guys. If Sticks and Stones get to the top 10 on the R&B charts, I'm going to cross it over pop." Well, it got to number
Wow.
4, and
Oh.
they didn't live up to the promise. So then they
Oh,
re-released
no.
Fun, did another
Mhm.
video that only went to number 28 on the R&B charts, and then they tried to do a follow-up album with Romance Me, and
Right.
the running joke used to be, if you want to get rid of AIDS, have RCA distribute it.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Uh, because when you make a product for these
Yes.
people, and you put your heart and soul, and for God's sake, we had Stevie Wonder on the project. They
Mhm.
didn't even utilize his name to release that single it's just it was a waste of money. But all they do is write it off, and then there goes
Yeah.
your career. And that's why you have
Wow.
to have something more than a record deal, unless you just got a line of music like Michael and his brothers and Lionel Richie and
Right.
Bruno Mars. Now, some people make it, but I heard only one in 1,000 make it in the record business. Might be
Oh
one in
my goodness.
100,000. Yeah,
Right.
it's crazy.
And so that's why it's so important, like you said, to have something else to pivot. It even
Yes,
goes back to what you said at the top. You've been with this group that you're with for 24 years, this
yes,
management team.
uh-huh,
That was a great pivot, a
yeah,
great shifting for you because the music was good. But if you
yeah,
don't have the proper backing, or if you don't have someone that keeps their word, then, what do you have? But we
yes.
still have you today. And I'm grateful.
Yeah, and Kimberly, the main thing is that even before I had a record deal, girl, I was always performing.
Mhm.
I'm a performer. I'm not
You
a I'm
are.
not a recording artist. I can be a recording artist because it's so easy. I know my way around the
Yeah.
studio, but how many recording artists we got out there whose songs never made it? Well, what are you gonna do? This is my business, the entertainment field. I want
Right.
to act, I want to perform, mainly performing. But as you get older, your legs start, so you got to have something else to pivot to as well. But that
Absolutely.
cat named Tony Bennett, he sang till he was
Mhm.
94 years old, and then he got dementia, couldn't
Yes.
remember the lyrics. But I love singing and performing. It's like being on stage on Broadway and watching the people's reaction, and that just fills you with joy.
Yes,
That's what I.
indeed. Yes, indeed. Wow. The
Yes,
love of just the people enjoying what you do. When we were
yes,
talking earlier, I was just telling you that some people are born to do what they do, and you are definitely one of those people. Like I said, just going through, the history of your videos and things that are out there, and an introduction of you to me, there are so many beautiful things that are out.
yeah,
One
yeah.
thing that I caught was a story about Jackie Wilson and how
Uh-huh.
you started singing Jackie Wilson songs. So, can
Yeah.
you share that story with my audience? I thought it was pretty cool.
Well, back to my kids, I was raising them to sing. It was so much fun. They say I was hard on them. Grady is probably listening at the door somewhere. I'm like, well,
Tell me the truth,
uh,
Grady. Tell me the truth.
yeah, I heard him, but then he got quiet, like he done snuck up here. Anyway, so he's always like, Pops, why are you so hard? Well, he says it a little harsher than that. But I said,
Uh-huh.
what are you doing now? He said, making a living singing. I said,
Right.
okay, Miss Thing. So
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
anyway, but when they were little, girl, you don't even know how many auditions, because I grew up in LA. And that was
Yes.
the thing. Going to auditions. The one who booked most auditions was my second son, Anthony. He was on
Wow.
Kids Incorporated, Saved by the Bell, The New Class, so
Oh
many other
my.
shows this dude was on. Yeah, Google Anthony Harrell. He's dope. And
Yes.
so when Sticks and Stones was at its zenith, I had a manager named Tony Jones. His
Mm-hmm.
cousin is Suzanne DePass. So Suzanne,
Okay.
he's called me. He said, "Man, Suzanne and Jermaine Jackson and his girlfriend Margaret are producing a new television show about the Jackson
Mhm.
Five's life, right?" I'm like, "Word?"
Right.
He said, "I know you got them talented sons. We'll open the back door for you because it's going to be a cattle call of kids." And so, because
Right.
Tony Jones opened the door, I took my kids. It was call back after call back, about three or four of them, right? The
Right.
last day, they said, "We want to see Grady maybe playing Jackie, Anthony
Mhm.
playing Michael, Cheyenne, and Jacob, and so on and so forth. And we
Mhm.
want to see you." This was the fourth day. I'm like, "See me? I never auditioned for anything." Casting
Right.
director said, "Well, Jermaine Jackson said you remind him a lot of Jackie Wilson. Do you know any of his tunes?" I lied and
Right.
said yes. And so,
Of course I do. Of course I know those
but
tunes.
of course, but I kind of knew the one, "Your love lifting me
Yes.
higher." I kind of knew that one, right? So I learned
Uh-huh.
all the tune. They said, "Okay, prepare a tune tomorrow and come down." So I never seen,
Okay.
only little thing I seen on Jackie Wilson was those BET commercials, and
Uh-huh.
those, and he try to sell those old music,
Like the
and I would
Time
see
Life
him.
records.
Yes, and I see him had the hair up like Elvis, and so
Uh-huh.
and So everybody says that Elvis stole a lot of his stuff, and even Jackie taught Elvis. They were close, and so I went in there and I did my best Elvis Presley impersonation. You
Uh-huh.
are, and I got the gig. And Miss Jackson
Wow.
was there, Catherine. One of the greatest choreographers, Michael Peters, was there. I forgot the lady who was our director, and Jermaine was there with his girl Margaret. And the
Mm,
casting director said, "You got the gig." So that's me doing that cameo because he said, Jermaine said, "Man, my little brother he loved after we got off stage watching
yeah.
Jackie Wilson and Sam Cooke and Otis Redding and James Brown." So he said, Michael would love this. So I did Jackie Wilson. And so that's what you saw. Michael on the side is, "Oh no, Dad, I gotta watch him." And that was me singing one of Jackie's biggest hits, Baby Work Out. After that, I had
Wow.
no idea. Me and Grady always say to each other, life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans, right? So
Yes.
when it aired on ABC TV, I can't believe I started getting calls all over the country to do Jackie Wilson impersonations or tributes, whatever you want to call them. And
Yes.
that I've been doing it ever since. But now I do so much more than just Jackie, Sam Cooke, Stevie, Marvin, the Temps, Four Tops, Smokey Robinson. It's just so many things that I do in Vegas,
Yes.
and overseas in Canada. And, we got other things that we're preparing for, but I won't say yet though. But it's just opened up a
Okay.
brand new door.
Look, but if
Yeah,
you ever
people.
want to give an exclusive, I'm waiting. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah.
Yes,
But that's how it happened
indeed.
with me doing Jackie. Yep.
That's beautiful. So that was with like you said, the Jacksons and American Dream,
Yeah.
And
And
so
that's
I have some
a
video.
lot of people,
Uh-huh.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but a lot of people
No,
don't
you're
know
fine.
that when Michael was a little boy and he was saying, "Climb every mountain," that's my son
Hmm.
Anthony singing all of those songs. If you look
Really?
at the credits at the end, Anthony
Uh,
Harrell, voice of Michael Jackson. It wasn't him acting on the screen, it was him singing all those tunes.
really?
And he got paid more
Wow.
than me. Yeah.
Okay, come on,
Yeah.
Anthony. He was
Yeah.
getting coins at an early age, right?
Yes. He sure
That
was.
is wonderful.
Yeah.
I love how, like I said, you kept it in the family. You
Yeah.
made it a family thing, almost like Joe Jackson. If I asked Grady, he
Yeah.
probably was like, "Yeah, you was like Joe."
Yeah. Was I
So
Grady? Oh, he's downstairs. I thought he was.
he went back down.
Yeah, he
Yes.
does.
No, I do love it, because that push is what helped them become the men that they are today and the performers that they are
Yeah.
today. Just watching you. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
just watch someone else. I was
Oh, he
with the
scared
trainer
me.
today.
This dude. That's Grady.
Hey, hey,
He's
how
my
are you,
oldest son.
Grady?
That's Kimberly.
Good. How
Nice
are you,
to
Kim?
meet you. I'm good.
Pleasure.
I'm good. Thank you. It's a pleasure indeed. Indeed. I was asking you about your dad.
She was.
Oh yeah.
I told her you
Yes.
always say, "Why was you?" I didn't. You don't use these exact words, but you always say, "Why was you so hard on us when we were younger?" What did
Yeah.
you actually say?
I say that he should be up under the jail for being the new version of Joe Jackson.
Oh, see, I knew it. I
But
asked him,
now,
was he like Joe
But
Jackson?
what's the but though?
now that I'm 48 years old, I'm very thankful because I get to do what I love and get paid for it. So
Hey, yeah,
I
so I got
know
to
that's
thank the old
right.
man.
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
And I always tell
indeed.
him,
You
give your
love
wife that
him.
money, Blair.
Love and blessings, Queen.
All
You as
right, I see
well.
you
Thank you. God bless. Yes, very handsome family. Very
Yeah,
handsome
thank
family.
you.
That's so
Thanks.
funny. Yeah,
You ought to
he
be up
is
under jail. If I ought to be
funny.
up under jail, my mother need to be up under the jail too. Cause she put it on us.
That's where you
She only
got it
had to whoop
from,
me
huh?
one time. Yeah, I did only what I saw her do. And
Yes.
sometimes I went overboard, but they tried me, when they tried,
Uh-huh.
it's
And you
hard
had
being a parent.
boys. Like you said, you had
Yeah,
7 boys.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so, boys will try it, I'm sure. I
yeah,
am
they did.
sure. So with
Yeah.
all of that, the love, let's talk about brother a little bit, your sons,
Okay. Yeah.
because you were hard on them, but then they became brother.
Yeah.
And so I know they had a reality show on BET that they did.
I didn't
They were
like that.
signed to, you didn't like it?
Well, it had
Tell
me
me
in a
why.
dark light. They had me,
Okay,
Kimberly. I'm gonna just keep it real. And
please.
I don't hold no ill will towards my younger brother, but we haven't
Mhm.
spoken in like 13 years. And
Wow.
so I know him like a book. He's 10 years younger than me, and
Mhm.
he wanted to get into the music business because he saw me and my sister doing it. So, but he never was doing that. He was doing other things at the time. So he did some things to me that made me know his character. Fast forward,
Mm.
my sons were initially with, like I told you, Dr. Dre. Then Dr. Dre dropped,
Mhm.
and this is how up and down this business is. And then they
Right.
met so many people in LA. They met Brian McKnight. And then Brian took him up under
Wow.
his wings and was doing so many
Mhm.
wonderful things. But Brian is an artist. It's hard. Just like Aretha Franklin took me and my sister Papa's Results up under her wings. And she managed
Wow.
us, her and Carolyn, her sister. A lot of people don't
Mhm.
know that. Aretha managed Papa's Results.
Wow.
And we sang at her wedding when she married Glenn Turman. That's
Really?
the biggest thing we ever got out of that. But just being around the Queen of Soul was beautiful.
Yes.
So fast forward to my kids now. They're around great artists like Brian McKnight, and they were
Mhm.
on a show that Brian produced. Then when Brian started cooling off, they got with Wayne
Mhm.
Brady. And Wayne Brady was
Oh,
so good
wow.
to him. Oh yeah, he was always performing at the Mirage. He would have brother
Right.
come open, for him and just trying to gear him into doing something.
Yes.
In walks my brother when Wayne was still working with him. I guess Wayne wasn't moving fast enough for them. They
Mhm.
had Wayne had a short-lived TV show he won an Emmy for. They were on that.
Wow.
So then my brother comes and he wants to manage him. Well, they called me
Mhm.
and asked me, and I said, "Don't do it. Do not
Yeah.
do it." Well, they went against my will, Kimberly, and they signed with my brother, and they
Mhm.
stopped speaking to me only because my
Mm.
brother was influencing them to.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it was tragic. It was dramatic.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the people I taught to sing, and he's got them, and he's trying to turn them against me? So if you
Right.
remember that series, me and him literally start fighting in my house, and
Wow.
that wasn't no that wasn't just for TV, and
Yeah. It
he
was
just
real.
jumped on me. Yeah, so it's like after a while when Jehovah God sees you doing something or disrespecting your parents, and I told
Yeah.
him it ain't gonna, it's not gonna. Some of them would be on BET, and they said, "Well, we know your father's in the music, and he taught y'all." And some of them I remember saying, "Oh, we don't f with that nigga."
Mm.
So
Wow.
that's why brother didn't make it. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just keeping it real
Yeah.
because
Well, you still
I
have to
didn't.
show honor, you know?
Yes, to your
Yes, and
parents.
talking
Period.
about God, you have to honor your parents. And
Yeah.
I've heard people say often that it's not honor a good parent or it says honor your parents, period.
Yes. That's
And
right.
so with
Yeah.
that, you have to, and you're right. I mean, things will
Hmm.
not go well because you reap what you sow. That's
Right.
that's so unfortunate because I was able to pull up um the Brother album last night,
Oh
and I
yeah,
was
boy.
listening to it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"This is a good album." And then I saw a
Mm.
lot of the people, the credits that worked on it, from Jazzy Faye
Mhm.
to,
Mhm.
Sam Salter, Neo, all of these great
Yeah,
people that worked on that album. That album still bumps today, okay?
I know. Yeah, I listen to it all the time. And they got stuff that I listen to that Anthony was just doing in his house that's so banging that they never released. I mean, wrote it all himself.
Wow.
He should have had, he should have wrote at least 5 tunes on that album. My son Anthony, he's such a
Mhm.
genius, Kimberly. And my brother just was blocking all that. Like, how you not
Wow.
gonna, that's why the Jacksons left Motown. So how you gonna not allow your nephew to prove what he can
Mhm.
do. And he didn't. He got all those other people, which is cool. But my son should have been writing most of that album because that's how they got to my brother's attention anyway, from all Anthony's music. And
Right.
yeah,
Wow.
it's
That
a
is
shame
something
that
else.
that hurts my heart that they're not together anymore
Yeah.
because they were so magical as you still see their videos on YouTube and their voices together. Family genetics are so incredible singing together, and that hurts me that they're not singing together or all of them joining me on stage and showing the people what we're working with. But some of them, they just.
Wow, wow. We have frozen, at least I have on this side. So give me one moment. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere. You all, we're having a few technical difficulties, but we are here with Grady Harrell, and this interview is on point. So stay with me. Let me just try to straighten things up. Just a moment.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
And I am back.
Okay.
I
Oh,
don't
there
know.
you go.
I am back. Oh my goodness. Yes, indeed. You have shared so much with me tonight, and it's been amazing. I want to be able to share what I found from you today. So bear with me. Again,
Okay.
you are watching Grady Harrell, everyone. Thank you again for watching on all the platforms from Instagram to YouTube, also here on Facebook. And for those of you that are listening, thank you so much. So I want to go back because we talked about you performing as Jackie Wilson. And I have
Mm-hmm.
that I want to share with the audience. So I am hoping that nothing else goes wrong with this. But keep watching, you all. I want to share Mr. Grady Harrell as Jackie Wilson or as himself, but singing Jackie Wilson. Here we go. Oh,
just like a river I can run ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, it's been too hard to live it, but I'm afraid.
a man behind the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change going on. Oh, I go to the movie and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me to go. Hey, around. It's been a long time coming, but I know change won't come. Oh, Lord have mercy now. But then I go to my brother, and I say, brother, help me, oh Lord. But it winds up knocking me that I won't lie. Every time when I thought I could last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know change will. This was play your saxophone for me. Yes, indeed.
That
Yes,
that
indeed.
that was Sam Cooke,
Yes, it was. I'm
right?
laughing because Angel is on here. She says Sam is good too. She has the smiley face. I'm like, yes, because it's the wrong video.
Yeah,
Technical
yeah, that's okay.
difficulties. Yes, but
That's all
I do
right.
want to show them a version of you singing with your sons as well. I have the one with you singing Jackie Wilson. You were singing one of his songs as well, but I'm going to play the one with
Mhm.
your sons because I want them
Okay.
to see you all performing together. Such a great performance. Get me
Thank you.
together, Angel. Look,
Ah.
I'm a what they say, a one-man band over here. I'm
Right.
trying to do
Yeah.
everything and I'm
Right.
having computer issues. So bear with me all.
Yeah.
Of course, that was the incomparable Sam Change Gonna Come. But
Yeah.
up next, here you are with, I believe these are your sons. I will let them watch it and hear it, and then you can set it up and tell us what this was for, okay? Now,
Okay.
this
Yeah.
video was amazing. You all get to see the dancer, the singer, all of those things. Here we go. If you look around, the whole world's coming together now. Yeah. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Yeah. The wind is taking everywhere. Yeah. Can you feel it? Can you feel Someone's death in another place. Yeah. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Yes, indeed. Can you feel it?
Mm,
We can feel it for sure. We can feel it.
mm,
What an
mm.
amazing performance. Tell me about that. I mean, full band,
Yeah.
background singers, horns. You got the little, I don't know, cello, violin. They were jamming. I saw the little girl playing. She
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you
See,
all
oh,
are amazing. Tell
oh
me
yeah.
about that.
Well, that's the corporate company we work for. We like Grady or them, Grady and Anthony are in a total different band from mine. My band was supposed to consist of me and my three Grady's and three younger brothers. Because Grady and Anthony,
Hmm.
when they quit brother, they came with they first it was Anthony. Anthony's like, Pops, what should I do? Call Jim. Grady went on a
Okay.
tour doing something else for Legends in Concert, doing the Temptations. Then he came. He said, I'm tired of doing that, Dad. What should I say? Call a Jim. So Jim happened to place Grady and Anthony in the same group at West Coast Music called the JB Project. Now,
Mm.
Jim called me. He said, Man, I want anybody whose last name is Harrell. So I put it to my younger sons. He's like, No, Pops, we don't want to do that. It'll get in the middle of our Jake and Pop movement, and we don't want to sing other people's songs.
Oh,
Asked
wow.
him three times. And I'm said, okay. So Jim said, do you know anybody in Vegas? I said,
Hmm.
yes. So I got three guys in Vegas and myself, and we've been doing it every time. But sometimes Jim wants me and my boys to do things together, and that's what we're doing on
Okay.
Can You Feel It? So some like Grady's and them group, they done played Patrick Mahomes' wedding. They played Justin
Oh,
Bieber's wedding.
wow.
If he was here, he'll tell you all that this is the kind of gigs we do. We played together
Wow.
Sofia Vergara's wedding. Um, uh, and just rich folks' wedding. That's why we have all the
Yes,
horns and the violins and stuff like that. And we're
I
like
love it.
literally performing for big actresses and big oil men. And if they, I mean, anytime you see a big old orchestra like that, you know they paying
Mhm.
big money. And
Absolutely.
they fly us all over just to sing other people's songs.
I would do it too, okay? If you
You
ever
know what
need
I'm
a
saying?
female background singer, call me.
Yeah. And what it's doing is honing your anytime you on that stage, you're
Yes,
honing your talent. Who turns when I was little, I never ever heard somebody turn a gig down. Ever. So, oh,
never.
you want to turn the gig
Right,
down? Huh? Okay, good luck with that. I won't ever ask you again. So now I
right.
got Will,
Yes,
D. Levance, and Cam, and we doing our thing.
that
Yep.
is
There's always
amazing.
somebody waiting in the wing to take your place. Every time.
Always,
I don't care. Yeah.
always.
So I love my family, but I don't like stupidity. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like, so okay, you're gonna give up work? You could have earned big money to fund your movement, for your albums and stuff. I ain't trying to stop
exactly.
nobody from recording. And you know what the good thing about this West Coast music gig?
Uh-huh.
It's only on Saturday nights. 99.9%. Everybody want to do
Wow.
their events on Saturdays.
Right.
So you got 6 days to even, and he pays so well to get another job.
Oh my goodness. You like it, it's too easy. It's too easy.
It's that's what Grady was saying. It's like,
Yes.
Dad, Grady, all and Anthony, they always thank me, Kimberly, my two oldest boys, Dad. Thank you
Yeah.
for bringing us into West Coast. You got the baddest musicians working for West Coast music. And then if they get a call to go on the road with Kenny Loggins, say for 3 months, Jim just gets somebody to take their place and they come back in. So Jim,
Oh my
he
goodness.
holds your spot because he knows you're going to be doing traveling and he just don't hold you there to West Coast, but you can come
Right.
back and re-enter West Coast. He'll save your job for you. Is that beautiful?
That is
But
beautiful. Absolutely. It goes
yeah,
into one of the things. I mean, there is so much more that I want to talk to you about. We got a little bit of time, about 10 more minutes left.
okay.
There are a few things. So tell me the importance of and you're really talking about it because you've named so many people, but the importance of developing relationships when you are in this industry.
That is the most important thing. I
Mhm.
mean, you don't know how much stuff I got out of just meeting somebody and they told them about me. And I got so many things out of that. I mean, for instance, Jackson miniseries, Tony, that
Right.
was he was my manager. So his cousin was producing. That is like the most important thing, meeting different people. And you know how you meet them? When you're on stage singing and they see your talent and they reach out to you.
Mhm.
You know how many gigs I got, Kimberly? I cannot, I, I can't not make this up. Just posting my stuff on Facebook, live
Right.
music. Why do you think I do that? I don't just do it to gain likes.
Mhm.
People in Holland see it, people in Canada see it, and they like, how much do you charge to come over here and do that? And I'm like,
Right.
all right. And that's how you get known by people. If they don't see you, the
Yep.
day of the big record company owning you and stuff is over with. We're
Yes.
all independent now. So it's like
Absolutely.
we can record our own music right in our house. We can put our videos out, people see them, and we go on tour somewhere making a gang of money. So it's very important to answer your question.
Yes, indeed. I'm glad that you talked about that because sometimes people think it's about stepping on toes, or stepping on the
No.
next person to get that. But you have to be not only to me to develop relationships, but to be genuine because
Yeah.
eventually people are going to really see who you are. So I
Yeah.
think those two things go hand in hand. I believe the Grady that I see tonight, even though we don't know each other, closely yet,
Yeah.
I'll say yet, even though I
Right.
believe that you are who you are displaying yourself to be. And because
Yeah.
of that, that has given you, to me, which is going into my next question, longevity. Okay. So
Yeah.
I saw a comment that someone had wrote. I was watching a video of one of your performances, and someone said that you are the forever, they said hashtag forever teenager. And I believe it. You have so much like life, so
Mm,
much funk. And when we talked
yeah.
earlier, I haven't even touched on a portion of the things you've done. I mean, you're a dancer, singer, actor, all of those things. You were on Soul Train. We've talked about bits and pieces of your life, but there are so many levels I know we can't cover in an hour. In an hour,
Yeah.
but the forever teenager. I saw you dancing recently and performing, and I'm like, look at this man go. Those legs are going. Do you hear me?
You
So,
know, I always tell people, my sister,
uh-huh.
I sent my sister the video of our show
Mhm.
last week doing the Jacksons. She called
Right.
me, she's like, Juby, that's my nickname. Hers is Mooney. And me and her are like
Oh,
this. She said,
cute.
I can't believe you're moving like that. I said, Raquel,
Yes.
it's only muscle memory. I've been moving like this since I was a kid. So it's muscle
Yes.
memory. Now all you got to do on stage, you just got to watch your breathing because sometimes you be
Hmm.
moving so much, but you got to plant yourself. You got to know how it's secrets, but it's not secrets if you
Wow.
do it. And if you take
Right.
care of yourself, you can't be no, you can't be using stuff like alcohol
Yes.
too much or no drugs, no
Right.
smoking, unless
Right.
you'll grow old before your time. And
Yes,
so that's
indeed.
why I implement those 5 foods in my life, Kimberly, all the time. I'm
Hmm.
telling you, that makes me, I get up in the morning and I stop drinking alcohol. So I
Yeah.
get up in the morning, I literally feel like a little boy. And so the Jackson, Raquel was so surprised, and I was like laughing at her. And I said, Raquel, she's like, she said, I can't believe you're moving like that still. Said,
Yes.
well, sis, it's just, I've been doing it nonstop. There's never been a time that I didn't have a job during the week, working, doing something.
Right.
And now it's just getting so much more busy, and I love it.
Yes, and I love it for you. I know that your fans love it. Before we end, I want to talk about let's see, you have two shows that are coming up. Actually, you have a
Yeah.
lot of shows that are coming up, but
Yeah.
the first two, and I want to come to one of these for
Yeah.
sure.
I
At
got
the
you.
Italian, thank you. Yes, I would
Yeah.
love to. The Italian American Club, Friday, June 14th, you are doing a tribute to the Temptations. I know
That
that's gonna
music
be
never
good.
dies. Motown. And
Never.
the next day, we're going to be
Oh,
across town on the 15th at the Starbright Theater in
uh,
Summerlin doing a tribute to the Four Tops. So
wow.
people, get your tickets now, Italian American Club, right
Yes.
there on Sahara. It's east of the Strip, so you don't have to have all the crowd. But it's
Yeah.
a nice club. It's really, really elegant. And they serve you food before the show. Doors open at 6:30. We start the
Nice.
show at 8. And the Temptation, their music never dies. So
It
it's
never
so much
dies.
fun. doing the temps with my four guys, these cats, it's gonna be
Yes.
incredible. Yeah,
That's exciting. I grew up listening to the Temptations. My dad was a huge fan. So anytime we
yeah,
took road trips, that was on repeat. You know what I'm saying? It
yeah,
was on repeat,
exactly.
repeat,
Yeah,
repeat.
man.
So my brother and I, we loved the Temps. And so it was so funny because when I was younger, friends of the family would be like, "How do you know those songs?" Because I was young.
Right.
I'm like, that's what my mom and my dad really listened
Yeah,
to. My dad, in particular, the Temptations were his favorite group,
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm excited that you are doing that for sure.
yeah.
And the Four Tops, they are amazing. And that
Amazing.
music, like you said, from
Woo.
Motown, it does not die. It doesn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The lyrics, the love that they put into it, the
Yeah.
passion that they put into it, the clothing that they put into it.
Mhm.
Let me just say, you dress, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Yeah,
I'm
I try to
you
represent.
are
And
the
I
ultimate
just,
entertainer.
yeah, I've been following Motown as we all were when I was a kid. And Barry had them
Yes,
looking like superstars. So you have to
yes.
represent special. There are so many I never ever knew growing up in LA that tribute artists exist because everybody growing up in LA wanted to get a record deal, and most of us did.
Right.
But after the record business is over with, unless you got
Mhm.
a track record or library of songs to live on, then you got to find some other niche. Tribute artist is the thing because there's so many, and I learned to respect all of them. Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. One last quick question, okay? Because I like to do fun things. Typically, I would give you like word association, but for you, I know that you love music, okay? So I
yeah,
saw videos of you. I saw you at the Smokey Robinson concert, Morris Day, Daz Band. There were so many different videos that I saw. And I think I even saw you maybe at, was it Kelly Clarkson? Did you go see Kelly
yes, I was
Clarkson?
there. Yes, yeah,
Yes, so I know that you love music and you're on
yeah,
the road right now, right? And you'll be traveling
yeah.
back to Vegas. Tell me some of the people that would be on your playlist. This is Grady Harrell's playlist.
Woo. Oh man, Jim Croce. I love Jim Croce. He died about 30 something years old, 33. His music is so incredible. That's what I listen to coming up here. And
Wow.
of course, the Winans, BB and
Mhm.
CC. I mean, they're the
Yes.
first gospel family. Um, it's just Dave Hollister. Dave Hollister, believe it or not, my brother used to manage him. Go figure.
Wow.
Anyway, Dave Hollister is one of the baddest unrated singers or what is that, unsung singers. There's a lot of
Yes.
unsung singers out there. And it's just, Shaka Khan, all her old stuff.
Yes.
It's just so Aretha Franklin's old stuff, Temptations. I got like I can go on and on and on. I used to sing with the Daz Band. That's why I got into
Oh,
concert for free.
wow.
I toured with them in
Yes.
1990. My best memory is playing Madison Square Garden with the Daz Band, Zap, Gap Band. And the last ones to open up, it was so crowded in Madison Square Garden for Run DMC. They opened up and
Wow.
blasted it. It was crazy. So that was like getting back together with my dudes, and they like, Grady, will
Yes.
you do some spot dates for us? I said, if I'm
I love
available, I'd
that.
love to, because I love that
Yes.
music of Dad. Those are all my family members of Dad's. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Just awesome and amazing. This has
Thank
been
you.
excellent, and I just want to thank you again for coming on the show. You have been a blessing to me. You have made me smile on tonight, and I know you made so many others smile through mistakes and all. This has been a
Yeah.
great interview. Thank you for sharing
Thank
your
you.
story
Thank you.
and for teaching, because you're
Thank
teaching,
you.
those who are coming up how to get the work done. It's not just
Yeah.
one way into the entertainment
Right.
industry. Like you said, it's
Right.
not just recording. And nowadays, everybody is recording. Like our the internet is
Yeah.
full of singers that are recording in
Woo!
their basement. So you get lost
Yep.
in that sometimes.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
for
you. Thank
sharing
you for
that
having me.
gigs are good.
Yes, gigs are the thing. Yeah, because people are going to always pay to see
Yes.
live entertainment, and you get your money there. You need a billion streams to get a little money. That's
To get a
crazy.
dollar. You're right.
Whew,
You're right. Yeah.
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
no longer record sales,
No,
and
no
when I
way.
was growing up, it was CDs and tapes,
Yeah.
but now, I mean, those things, people, you're like a CD, not a lot of people even purchase CDs anymore,
I know.
everything is
I stopped
streaming,
even selling
streaming,
mine.
streaming.
Yeah, I stopped even selling mines at my shows because they like, well, we
Yeah,
don't have a CD player anymore. I'm like, oh
exactly.
no.
That's
That was
so true.
merchandise that I got a gang of CDs stacked in my house. I'm like, oh
Uh,
no, what am I gonna do now?
right.
It's like
You got
times
you
are
got to hold
changing.
those for your VIP fans. Tell the VIP fans it
Yeah.
comes with
Yeah, and all they gonna
a
do is just
free
sit them on the
CD.
wall. They ain't got nothing to play them on.
That's right. That's right. Just sign it and give it to them. There you go.
Yeah. Oh God, that's crazy. But
Yes, it has
times are
been a
changing.
pleasure.
Thanks, Kimberly, for having me. We have to do
Yes,
it again.
yes, we
Yeah.
do. We do. And I look
Yes.
forward to seeing you soon. Once you get back to
Okay.
Vegas, I know you have a show coming up. I would love to come and
Yeah.
just watch
Call
you.
me. We'll work it out. We'll work it out.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Yes,
Definitely.
I
You'll
want
be
to see
there.
you because I've been
Okay.
enjoying you for sure. For sure. You take
Good.
care. Safe travels
Okay.
to you. And I'll see
Thank
you
you.
again soon. Okay.
Okay. One love. Take
All
care of
right.
yourself.
God bless.
Okay.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. Take care. Bye
Okay.
bye. Thank you all so much for watching Talented Television tonight. It has been an honor and a privilege to talk with Mr. Grady Harrell. He gave you all so many nuggets, just so many nuggets, and me too. There were some things that he shared that I'm going to implement even for myself, especially those 5 foods. So you all need to incorporate those as well. I have, let's see, Angel here. She said, wonderful interview, Kim. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching and tuning in. I really appreciate it. And it's been a pleasure for sure. For sure. So yes, if you are interested in being on Talented Television or you know someone who would like to be a guest, please email me at talentedtelevision@gmail.com. We will review your information and see if you are a fit for this platform. Let me give a shout out to my Vegas Praise family. Shout out to you. Thank you all for listening and thank you all for watching from wherever you are tonight. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here on a Thursday night. So I appreciate you. Until next time, you all be blessed and we will see you soon. Take care. Bye.